We're back in the other room just for today. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be updating this room in 3D eventually. Yes, from last week, we went from, no, we're never going to do, or not never, but it'll slowly happen if we do 3D
Well, it's
at
not
all.
like we made all those 3D assets. I just want to clarify that we did not make all of those 3D assets, only like...
We made the entire room, the TV, and the beanbags.
And
the
you
clutter
made the
was
mics.
the only thing that we didn't make. The clutter in the room.
Did you guys catch all the references? Because there were references. There were
Wait,
lots
hold
of them.
on. Hold on. Were they not ours or were they references? Because references are not you just taking something and putting
As
it in
in,
the room.
like, okay, listen.
That's not a reference. It's just taking
No,
something.
that definitely constitutes as a reference because...
I just flipped that on you. Haha.
Yeah, and I hate that. You flip the table unjustifiably.
You don't.
Like I see, you're like that person that's trying to put the poison in someone's drink, but I freaking see you do it, and then I see you swap the drinks, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Delicious. Or you mix it in with something later. You forget that it's poison.
Do you think I'm stupid?
Yes, I do. I actually do. Meow. How many people believe that? What? You think he's not? I think she's not.
No, it's really funny. I love when my friends bully me and when and when Dalton bullies me.
Masochist.
We've talked about that before though, but I really do. It just makes me laugh really hard.
Unfortunately. Why'd you just go silent?
I just had to think about it.
What? That you scream?
What? No.
Oh.
Guys, I scream like a monkey. Sometimes
She really does.
when I scream in certain ways, I laugh. I just straight up sound like a monkey.
The other day you were
no.
listening to one of the podcasts like from afar and you heard yourself screaming and you're like, what was that? Why was I screaming like a monkey? And then you go back and you were literally mimicking a monkey.
Oh, there's no
It was
difference.
indistinguishable from you screaming
Indistinguishable.
just
You know-
normally.
I have a picture of me with a monkey head.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah, it's a selfie. I took me wearing a monkey head.
Because you are a monkey.
Yeah, you know, in Fortnite, there's that sock monkey skin, and I saw it and I said I have to have her because it's definitely she's got hips.
Yeah.
But I also liked that she was a monkey.
A monkey.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'd love to be in Monkey Ball, honestly. I'd love to be in one of their little capsules rolling around in a ball.
You want to be. God, all I can think of is that Tom Green skit where he's the boy in the bubble. I have allergies. I have allergies.
Yo, like a bunch of like grown men attacked him.
They
Like
did.
throwing sharp objects at him to pop his bubble.
He must have tormented them at some point because there's a lot of videos of him agitating people. And I just assume he really pissed off his locals because they really like attacked his bubbles because they knew he was joking. They're like, get out of here. Go back to your Times Square. And you're like, yeah. Oh, man. His photo's off the wall. Not on purpose. It was. We do have a set where he goes back up, but it continues the 2D trend, and we want to switch to the 3D.
Yeah.
So we're just.
You guys got to see the initial
room destruction.
humor inspirations. And
When
now everything changes because we love to trash our room.
Yeah. And season 1 of this is going to be a lot better than the pilot season. Yes, all of these episodes you have been watching have literally been the pilot. The whole thing, like every episode.
We literally have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing.
I have no idea. We are winging it and we are just trying to figure it out episode by episode.
Did you hear the spit in my mouth when I smile? You know, sometimes you can hear that when you're listening carefully to people.
No, okay. When your mics are tuned wrong, you get all that. There are people who their mics are just tuned wrong, but you hear everything in their voice. It's like, dude,
at the same
drink
time,
water.
It's kind of... Oh, yeah, when you can like really hear the spit in someone.
You're
That's
making
one of
me
my
want to drink water. I feel like now I hear it.
Oh, wait,
now
I
I'm
almost
becoming
took your
hyper
water,
aware of
but
it.
I have water.
Now, if this is a problem with our mics, now everyone's gonna know. You just made everyone aware of. If this is like an issue,
if they can hear our spit
yeah,
or
if
not.
you can hear our spit, we need to adjust our
though.
mics. Let us know.
Maybe some people like that. I'm sure.
No, I'm telling you right now, your audience will shrink if you just sound like you're going.
Not just shrink, you will physically shrink. You will like shrivel up. You're gonna cringe so hard that you like shrink and crumple up into a tiny piece of paper.
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
My computer just froze.
Your computer froze? Oh, well, at least this is recording. This one.
I thought it was your computer at first, but turns out it's mine. I bet I'm about to blue screen.
How many of you have to deal with blue screens wait, hold on. Something kind of dawned on me. My phone doesn't crash the way my computer does.
Yeah, our phones don't really crash the same way computers
do. They recover different?
Wow. I mean, they're different. It's a phone and a computer.
Right now.
Oh yeah, haven't we flashed you guys? For those of you that actually like watch the videos, have we flashed
the blue screen, the Jaltoid blue screen?
Where you become one with Jaltoid.
Yeah,
that's editing mistake
on purpose. Whenever we edit the podcasts, we like look at the audio wavelengths, and that's how we determine who to zoom in on. Whoever's like audio is the most loud. So sometimes when we do that, we either forget to apply the zooms, which that has happened. So if you ever seen a podcast with no zooms, we edited it. We just forgot to apply the edits. It's just our process. But if you shut up, you do that all the time. I don't want to hear it. But if you made me lose my train of thought.
No, I'm sorry. You were talking about the editing where you swap our audio and our wave.
Yes.
And our wave formats.
Anyway.
And how sometimes you mess it up.
Yeah, just like my thoughts.
I'm sorry.
So we just edit it all at once rather than edit it like one at a time. And sometimes those segments get deleted instead of edited for Zoom. So where we were supposed to zoom,
we just don't.
We just straight up deleted the footage.
Sit here.
And when that happens, all you see is the footage that's masked under our layer. So for those of you who are like artists or understand programs like that,
you are going to need to show some visuals on the screen.
It'll make a lot of sense. I don't know if I can just drum up visuals.
I tell him like something would make a lot more sense if he had visuals, and then he's like,
What? I do not do that all the time. No. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I have to make these edits in post, and here you are demanding edits that people would like to see, but I don't have the time.
You don't know.
Literally don't have. No, I do know I don't have the time. I do know. But then you're telling these edits, and everyone's like, wow, I wish they would edit that, and then you're just disappointing people and making me look like the asshole.
Oh, I'm so good at disappointing people.
That is why I get so fired up when you're like, you should put visuals up, and I'm like, no, we don't have time for that. This is just a
suggestion, and if I don't say it, I'm gonna forget it.
But if you say I have to edit it out, or I have to edit it in.
No, I don't say you gotta edit things out. No, listen, I've been more careful. I've been way more careful to not put more on you in that way.
Production is yelling at you right now. You're being reprimanded by your boss.
Management is yelling at me.
Can we get this one in the... I'm gonna put you in the cell after this.
I don't want to go in the cell. I don't want to be in the hamster cage.
You will be.
There's not even water provided in there.
There's a toilet, a portable one.
Is there really?
Yeah, they gave him a portable toilet.
We're watching this stream, and there's people in a hamster cage, and that's all.
That's all we'll elaborate on.
That's all. There's no way I could possibly go into some of the content
that we watch. You're talking about things that need explanation. Like I can't even follow
explain things. Does anybody else struggle with that? I am so much better at talking and explaining things if I'm typing it out or writing it out in some way. But if I'm speaking, I find it so fucking difficult to collect my thoughts in time. And so I have to fluff things up. I have to say like a bunch of times. I have to pause and process it.
It's because you can retcon your text.
By the time oh my God, okay, there's a gif of Gromit from Wallace and Gromit where it's like a train track. he's on a train that's out of tracks and he's like laying down the tracks as fast as possible. That's what it feels like to try to verbalize my thoughts sometimes. And I don't even remember what I was originally talking about at this point.
Oh my God. See, this is why I'm worried that we're doing a podcast sometimes.
We've gone absolutely nowhere.
We have absolutely zero skills at tracking a conversation and staying on topic.
We can't track our conversation. We start by saying, hey, what should we talk about in this episode?
This episode is literally not what we were going to talk about.
And then we just talk instead. Why do you listen to it? What reason would a person that doesn't know who we are watch this video right now?
I don't know. If you have no idea who we are other than PNG tubers, comment below. I'm sure there's a few of you, actually. Like, these episodes are not really getting a lot of views in the main YouTube area, but in the shorts, we're actually gaining like hundreds of subscribers a month from the shorts.
And I feel like all the people from the shorts are completely different from the people who watch these full episodes. Learning the way YouTube works again after coming back after like 2 years of not posting is wild.
Yeah. And the other crazy thing is every time we post a video to YouTube, like the main YouTube, we lose subs every time. Even if
that's YouTube, baby.
It's like only like 1 or 2, it's like always a net negative. But for the shorts, it's always a net positive. Like, it's crazy the difference. So if we have sub loss, and anytime it stops, it's only because the shorts are basically fluffing it up and stopping it. It's like stopping the bleed right now. It's crazy. And yeah, we do have a dying channel. There are some people who are trying to be condescending about that. We're fucking aware of it. And we're trying to just post because we want to make content.
Hell yeah, I'm dying.
And it's what we want to do.
Channel and in real life.
Yeah, it really doesn't bother us that this channel is dying. We're just trying to dissect it and like figure it out.
More so, we just want to make stuff and see what works. Isn't that how it always works though?
Like,
also,
let's put it this way. Nobody's shocked that when you stop posting for 2 years, nobody shows up to your next video. Like, let's just put it that way. If people think I'm not aware of that, it's a little dumb. Like, to think that like, yeah, we're this great YouTube animation channel from 2024. No, we're not.
2012.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're not. We're not from 2024.
We're straight up from some.
We're from 2012. Where we were lucky.
That's the year I graduated, by the way. I'm old now.
Yeah, you went straight from high school to YouTube. It's insane.
I did.
And at a time when literally nobody did that. Literally nobody did that.
No. Did you know that I never had like what you would call like a normal traditional job? Like I straight up graduated and then I got into YouTube with Dalton and we made that work. And then like we also started to fit in other art things like what I wanted to do, like with commissions and
Emmy,
merchandise and things like that.
Hey, hold on. Pause for a moment.
What's that?
You could actually be the first person to go from high school to YouTube.
I am not the first person.
Are you kidding? I was in on that so early and I didn't even do that.
Well, I had help.
It took me like 3 years to get into YouTube after high school.
There's no way I'm the first person.
You might be.
There were tons of people that
not in 2012.
Like, way before us.
In 2012, we were impressed when we found anyone who was in the partner program.
I guess so. That was new.
That was new. I don't think anyone was doing that.
And the partner program is basically what anybody has to do if they want to make money on YouTube.
Guys, let me put this in perspective for you. There was a time where Jaltoid Animations was bigger than Mr. Beast. Like, I'm not kidding. It was a thing that we had more subs than him at one point.
At one point, wow.
It's because he didn't start YouTube yet. We're before him.
Are we older than Mr. Beast?
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Oh.
He's like the youngest
How old is he?
YouTuber. He's like 25 or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's really not that old. He's in his 20s
I'm
for sure.
30 and Mr. Beast is like 25.
Yeah, like he's pretty young.
Oh.
He's not that old.
I told my friends, because I have some friends that are a few years younger than me. I'm like in that in between where I have friends, half of my friends are older than me, half of my friends are younger than me, because I feel like I'm mentally stuck somewhere. But I told them that, if you decide that you hate me, you can just hit me with the, aren't you like 30? Like about anything that I say, just in response to absolutely anything that I say. And it'll crush and destroy me. And I'll evaporate into tiny billions of tries.
So the answer is he's 26.
Oh,
he turned 26 this year.
God.
So I wasn't off. I just didn't know his birthday happened recently.
I think I pay attention. I struggle enough to remember everyone's birthdays as it is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something to think about, Emmy. Like, you may actually be one of the first people
I don't know.
to ever go from high school to YouTube. Because like I told you, it took me 3 years to break into YouTube after high school. It doesn't matter if you got help. You just might be the first person to have done it. Look at that.
I almost feel like the life experience would have helped me more if I got like a regular job. Like,
Maybe.
I remember I applied to freaking Starbucks before I even moved out here, because my mom was like, all right, now you need to figure out getting a job and all that. I'm like, okay. And it just never happened. And
it's fine.
I mean, even when I came out here, I was looking for jobs.
I mean,
but then
like,
we finally we made it work. Like we saw that there was like money to be made off of the content, and we're like, holy shit, we might be able to actually do this. And we both wanted to create content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We both wanted to make stuff to entertain people and show to people.
Like, if you think about it, it took you from the summer of 2012 until the winter of 2012 for us to be making like income money. Like, YouTube used to be so easy back in the day. I'm not going to lie. All you had to do was edit your videos. That's it. If you edited your videos, you were great.
You already stood out.
You could go back and watch a channel called Game Porridge of ours.
Oh my God.
Like, no, I'm shouting this out because I want you guys to go back and look at what editing was like what editing looked like back then, because we were one of the few people who were actually editing at that time. And some of it kind of stands up a little bit. I think I still think the Dirt 2 video is still like one of my favorite videos of ours. Because it's just like me and you just like completely sarcastically
that's when we started
this game. And it was just so good. It was only 2 minutes long.
Remember
and it was
you clipping the mic?
Sweet. Yeah. I love that video. I'm not going to lie.
I still think we should go back and play some of the games that we played on there, like Sumatory Dreams.
Yeah.
Where they were just blocks pushing each other.
Why we played that Dirt 2 video is because I got it thinking like, a fun racing game, because I like racing games, and I don't discriminate on graphics. If it looks hyper realistic, I'll still try it. But if it looks like Mario Kart, I'll try it as well. Like, I don't care. I'm not picky. But that game was so like oddly controlled that I was like slamming into walls and stuff, and Emmy thought I was joking. For a majority of that video, I genuinely thought he was just trying to be silly. And then at one point I was talking to him, I'm like, all right, do you wanna actually try now? I'm like, I am. This is the best.
And I'm like,
wait,
what? For real?
I'm like pleading with her. I'm like, please, like, don't call me out on this. I can't figure this out.
He really couldn't play the game. Oh,
it was, I don't know. Maybe there was just some like, it was probably a manual shift game, like instead of automatic, and that I'm not familiar with that. That's not something that I focus on in racing games. It's like gear shifting basically.
Yeah.
Games that have that are a little more difficult for me because
you never use a stick shift.
I mean, it's more so that like I'm Yeah, like I just have no experience with it, I guess. But it's whatever. It was fun. That video is really funny. I think I look back on that and think that is like sometimes I want to like emulate stuff like that. I'll like look at that. That's where some of our more experimental content has come from.
Yeah.
If you've seen some of our more like silly, like almost like video essay-esque stuff we've done.
I think that was like microvolts.
Yeah. I'm talking about this channel.
Oh,
like
this
anything
channel?
that we've kind of done like that. It was inspired
Really?
from that channel directly. Like we've done a few, and they're on the main channel too. Like that anime titty video, straight up was trying to be like something we were inspired from ourselves. That was self-inspiration.
We've always been trying to figure out
inspirational
inspiration.
I don't know.
Self-inspired.
Whatever. You guys know what we're trying to say.
Oh yeah, I had this thought earlier and I wanted to express it because this podcast is all about having a thought and then saying it. So, would you almost prefer if we were talking to each other more than talking to you?
Yeah.
Because I realized when we do these, a lot of times it's almost like we're doing a live, you know? Like you're here now, so we're talking to you instead of us talking to each other. But I guess our gameplays are kind of us talking to each other.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in. But I think about this stuff. I think about what would they like? What would they like? Being a YouTuber is figuring out what the heck people like and what you can do to get new people and old people.
Yeah, basically like how we've been treating this is like, okay, let's talk as if there is another person in the room.
And while you are.
And I mean, technically there is. You guys are listening in the ears. And I think being at least baseline aware of that is like a good thing. But the way we interpret it is like we're talking to you. And like, I know we're not talking to you. We're not in the room with you. We don't even know who you are. And that's not personal. We don't know who most of you are who listen to us. And that's not personal, but like that's also a weird thing with conventions is like people walk up to you.
Oh, they walk up and it's like, oh shit.
Everything about you. And
I know you.
You don't even know this person's name. But they know like everything about you, and it's because
that's what it's like to be a fan of somebody.
Yeah,
because I'm in the same seat when it comes to people that I like fucking Germa. I know so much about that weird old man, but like doesn't even know I exist.
People will never know you exist until you meet them. Like,
although I do remember a lot of people that we've met at conventions.
Yeah. One thing that's always really hard to keep in mind, and it can be tough because like person to person, you're always giving them a different experience.
Yeah.
But they will probably never get an opportunity to meet you again. Most, like 99% of those people will never see you again.
That reminds me. There was like a really young little girl who came with her mom to one of our conventions. And they like came all the way from Florida or something. Like it was like super far away, like the opposite end.
Yeah, that was a very like weird interaction.
And like I felt bad because like I want to offer you more, but I don't know what more I can offer. And also you're like a really little kid.
Yeah, they were young, and I don't even think they were like really focused on like our booth when they walked up. It's not that I don't think they cared. I just think they weren't.
No, I don't know. I think she was actually just really shy because of the way her mom was talking.
I couldn't
It seemed
tell.
like the mom didn't really know what we did.
I think you might be mixing up two different experiences because I remember the little girl.
Yeah, there was a little girl, and her mom brought her.
I thought the people from Florida were two little boys.
What?
Yeah. And that was a different year. That was the year prior.
Well, okay. I do remember the mom, though, being like, yeah, we came all the way from like
I remember her.
so-and-so.
Yeah, I think she had two boys and they were just kind of like running around. And I'm like...
No way. No, it was definitely a little girl, I remember.
I remember her. She was the year after.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
no, I remember she was with the mom.
Because we gave her like pins and stuff, remember?
Yeah, but she was with the mom.
I swear to God, those were two different families.
No, they weren't.
I swear to God.
No. The two brain halves are fighting.
I literally remember one from like one year, and the other from a different year.
I literally, okay, so I don't remember. I remember the mom, and I almost like felt bad, like she was expecting us to do like more, because like her eyes kind of like bugged out when she said we came all the way from somewhere and she wanted to see you. And I'm like, oh, wow. A poster, take our poster.
Yeah, I think we ended up just giving them a bunch of merch and took a picture. Like,
Yeah, we took a picture.
We are not, like, we don't know what we can do for people. Like, we feel bad when fans come up to us and they're like, we're a big fan of you, and like, we're so dedicated. We showed up here. We like took out a loan on our house. Like, holy shit. You could have just emailed us or something.
Oh my God. You don't realize the kind of impact you have on people until like you're actually faced with them.
Yeah, I feel bad sometimes when like we get like mega fans who are like they're really excited and like they do like really nice things for us. But
we're
then
just
it's
like really awkward and
I always feel like I should do something more because it's
so
really hard.
Awkward.
For me, it's hard to be proportionate with people. Like, how do you be proportionate with thousands of people who are literally traveling across the country to see you?
Incredible.
How do you proportionately like show
I just
those,
have to hope that
you know
you're
what I
not
mean?
there just for us, but you're there for like a lot of other
I guess
people
so.
too. It can't just be for us. Okay. I'm okay with us being like a side thing for people because
We're
I just
a side
don't
hussy.
hussy.
Yeah. We know you're married. We know this is temporary.
She doesn't have to know about us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a really hard time just like knowing that people really like us. Cause I don't feel like I deserve it. I don't feel like I really do anything that deserves like people being obsessed with it, but at the same time I'm really trying my best to give you things that I hope that you like.
Yeah, we're
being
doing
human
our
is
best.
hard, I swear.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I really was a cat so I could just wander around a city for 10 years and then die.
Oh,
And that's it.
Why
That'll be my whole
life.
life. Walking around, meeting a bunch of people, getting handouts,
Getting free food.
seeing which buildings are good and which buildings are
We're
bad.
just talking about Stray.
Yep. I would be a stray cat for 10 years. That would be a perfect life, beginning to end.
Dalton loved that game, and I loved watching you. He modded it. Stray, the game where
I
you
made
get
it
to
look
be a
like
cat in
my
a city,
cat persona.
which is like a white
No!
wolf. Oh,
They're not allowed to know what my cat persona is like because that's me.
it's not
a
this
private
one, but
thing.
it's close enough.
Yes, my personal cat persona.
Yeah, he's got his own like personal fursona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fursona. It's just me. It's like kitty. It's like
Meow meow.
there's like a type of cat that I connect with, and that's it.
But you don't want to share it
No.
with the class?
No. Meow meow. This is the
Wow.
cat they know me as.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I was lucky enough to be like, so do you want to be a cat? And you're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is very similar to this story, so I'm going to tell it because I heard it
Okay.
recently. There was a drill sergeant
Okay.
who was the voice of Bambi when he was a child.
What?
And he was so like insecure about it
What?
that he never told anyone, including his wife.
What?
Yeah. And like he thought it would have been like a degrading thing in the army. Like people would just bring it up and it would demasculate him. So he just never
He didn't want the
admitted it.
nickname Bambi, I'm sure.
Yeah, he didn't want to be called like Sergeant Bambi.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would, to
But
be
then after
fair.
he revealed it, he realized like, like this could be like a good way to show both like sides of me.
Yeah, you own it.
Yeah. But that wasn't a way for me to open up about talking about the
So
cat.
you're not going to own it.
No,
I mean, you kind of
No.
owned the cat at least.
I am owning the cat. Yeah.
You're owning the cat.
I'm owning the cat. But it's personal in the sense of like, I don't want anyone to know. It's me. It's a personal thing. Meow. That's it. I'm sure you guys have like your own like personal symbols you probably get tattooed on you or something, but you wouldn't like
want
show
more
off the
tattoos.
tattoo to just anyone.
I have one tattoo. You wouldn't expect it because I'm such a baby, but I do have one, and it's a shared one with my sisters, my two sisters. And
Tattoos.
it just sometimes I get confused, and I think there's just ants crawling on me because it's a Morse code tattoo.
So it's just dots.
So it's just dots. They were trying to do something they thought I could handle.
Oh, is that really why they decided
Yes.
on that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It would have been, I wonder if you guys could have gotten barcodes and then just scanned it.
Ah, that would have been so cool. I'd love to have a barcode on me.
My brother had somebody with a barcode tattoo and they scanned it and it worked.
What did it
I don't
do?
remember. You're going to have to ask them what the barcode did. But
It's like having a QR code now.
yeah. I wonder. Oh my God.
Yes, you can absolutely.
Hold up. Could your body become
Free real estate?
free real estate for QR codes?
Yes. Man, this is idiocracy. That's some
God.
idiocracy.
There are people who have gotten tattoos in dumb locations because someone paid them to do it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure there was a radio station that did that as a April Fool's joke.
No.
But they didn't like explicitly say they were joking.
No.
And someone did it.
No.
And ended up like actually successfully suing them over it. Because they never they were like, this
That
is
sounds like shave for beaver. Beaver? Bieber?
Bieber, bald for Bieber. Okay, but that's
Bieber.
far more innocent than
was
someone
so-
getting a tattoo.
Don't quote me on
honestly.
that.
Oh yeah, if you guys don't know what bald for Bieber was, it was basically 4chan convinced a bunch of teenagers in like 2008 to shave their head because they thought
2009 or
to like go out and donate their hair for cancer.
12?
Like a good cause, but they were only motivated by the fact that they thought Justin Bieber had it. So they got a bunch of hair donations from people who
a
thought
lot of
they
people
were
went bald.
supporting Justin Bieber, which, you know what? Honestly, if you fell for that,
You
I hope-
helped a lot of
I
people
hope that
at
you
the very
actually
least.
feel better about it than worse about it, because like you actually did do something good for somebody, even though you were tricked into it.
Yeesh. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I heard a story about it was on an episode of Catfish where a guy got a tattoo of this girl's name on his neck, but she didn't give him her real name. And they were like looking
Oh
like
my
they were trying to
God.
reverse image search it, and they were like, so we couldn't find it, and we think this is probably real.
Oh no.
But don't it just gets worse because she left her fiance and her supposed dream house for this random dude on like Facebook,
Ew.
and she had never like actually seen or like face called or anything with him, and she's like, yeah, no, this is the one. And so she tried to be more serious with him, and then he like flaked out.
That sounds like that girl who tried to chase that Stranger Things actor. She was getting catfished with that actor.
My God.
And then she like chased him like, I left my toxic husband to be with him. It's like,
Oh man.
okay, sure you did.
Yeah, a lot of these people, instead of trying to work things out with their
Significant
partner,
others or anyone in their family.
go to therapy or anything, they're just like, no, wait, this stranger on Facebook is being nice to me.
They'll
and,
solve all my problems.
asking me for money. I'll be with them instead.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And I think she had a kid with him too, like
Yep.
the husband.
Yeah, there was a kid involved. It's just
Of course, you're gonna start finding things like more toxic. I mean, that's not to like say that your relationship isn't toxic, but you are going to find more reasons if you're like
if
being
you're looking
whispered
for it.
sweet nothings from a random
Yeah.
stranger.
basically, like, if you start to see like the grass is greener on the other side, you might become a jerk to people and just start treating them like trash to prove that the grass truly is greener on the other side.
That's not
because
how it
the other
works.
side of the grass is on fire.
You got to put out the fire first.
Yeah.
At least try. At least try.
Because the grass is attached.
Try.
That's the secret they don't tell you. The grass might be greener on the other side, but it's attached. The roots are all the same.
It will slowly start to burn.
It'll all start to burn. Take care of the grass on one side so it stays green on
Burn
both.
it down to the ground.
Down to the ground. Anyway, this is a long episode.
Wow.
Check out some of our other stuff, guys. Like, seriously. We've been posting stuff.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate if you guys checked it out. Yeah.
You can take a peek on Twitter. We've been posting some art there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get fan art there too. Yeah.